The lesson that we're about to discuss on this video is while statement. While statement is a loop statement that executes a block of lines of code whenever the condition is true. So you have there the syntax that shows how you will write while statement. So it has the while keyword followed by the condition enclosed in parentheses and then the statements that you want to execute when the condition is true. And basically these statements are enclosed in curly braces. To see how while statement is used in C#, open your Visual C# and then create a new project. I have now created a console application project which we will use for our examples in using while statement. To begin using the while statement, what we will do is to display a text on our screen using while statement and without using while statement. Okay, so let's start. I will write here while and then just press the tab here. It will prepare to you the structure of our while statement, and then from here we will write the condition. So while true, that is the default. So we will write here while x is less than 10. But what is x? For now we haven't defined the x yet, so we will write here int x is equals to 0. And then after that, inside of this, we will write here x is equals to x plus 1. And then we will write here the text that we want to display using the console write line. The first thing that we did here is we created a variable x with a value of 0. And then we use that x as our condition for the while statement. So while x is less than 10, and basically 0 is less than 10, so meaning this is true. Since this is true, this block of codes here will be executed. So what will happen is that it will display a text on our screen, and then after that, it will increment the value of our x. So it will add 1 to our x. So x is 0 plus 1, then x is 1. When it goes back, 1 is less than 10. So since that is true, 1 is less than 10, it will execute this block of codes again. Then it will increment this again by 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. And the moment it will go back here, since 2 is less than 10, which means the condition is true, it will again execute this block of codes. So it will continue on doing that until it reaches 10. So when x becomes 10, 10 is no longer less than 10. So this becomes false. That's the time that our while statement will exit from this block of codes and just will proceed to the console.readline. So let's write here console.readline. Okay, so let's try this example. So what will happen here is that it will display I am learning C# 10 times. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there you go. We have now 10 text displayed on our console screen. Okay, so let's go back to our application and we will try a different approach in displaying our I am learning C# text. Okay, so what we'll do now is to comment this out, Control-KC, and then to achieve the same effect, having 10 text displayed on our screen, what I will do is we will copy this, paste this below, and we will do that 10 times. Okay, so there you go. So without using while statement, this is the way how to achieve it. You have to write the console write line 10 times without using the while statement. So let's see how it looks like in our console app. Okay, so there you go. There is another result. So we have the same result, but they differ from the way they are written. So on this line, we have few lines of codes. We have only 4 lines of codes, while in this line we have 10 lines of codes. So that is the difference between having a while statement and without having a while statement. Okay, so let's have another example. So this time we will try to display the value of x. As it loops back to the block of codes here, we will display the value of x. Okay, let's try that. What we will do here is to add the string that format so that we can make use of the placeholders. Then we will write here 0. That will serve as the placeholder for the value of our x. Okay, so there you go. And then let's give it a try. Alright, so we have now these different numbers just before our I am learning C# text. We started at 0 and we ended up at 9. Okay, so let's add some modification here. We want to begin at 1 and then we want to end at 10. Okay, so let's change this to 1 and then let's give it a try again. Okay, so what we have here is just 9. So we have to modify this again, go back to our codes, and maybe we can write here less than or equal 10 so that we will be able to include 10 on the count. So let's give it a try again. So there you go. We have now 10 lines. I am learning C#. Okay. So that's how you will use the while statement. Now, if you want to have an infinite loop of execution with your while statement, what you will do here is to turn this to true. So there's no way for us to make this statement false. It will remain for the rest of the execution as true. So we know that every time our condition is true, it will execute this block of codes. So what will happen here is that we have an ending result, an ending printing of text on our screen. So that is an infinite loop. It will not stop unless we click the stop button of our Visual C#. Okay, so there you go. That's all for this video, and then see you in the next lectures.